welcome back to my channel. Like you guys see in my title, this video I'm gonna be talking about the consequence of getting married as someone with a disability. But before I dive into that, I wanted to say, what is marriage? Like, I know you get married to someone you care about, but like the definition of it. So I looked it up and it says marriage is a legally and socially recognized union between two people and they establish rights and obligation for the couple, their children, their in-law. You can also refer to the ceremony that creates the marriage relationship. So I mean marriage is supposed to be, like I said and the definition says it's, celebrating, you know, the union of two people that care about themselves, and that's why you feel like people get married because you want to spend time the rest of your life with that person, and stuff. But for someone with a disability, sometimes like marriage doesn't happen because, like, I don't know if this is the right statistic or if there is a statistic. For me, it's like 1% of people with disability, in my opinion, find someone, you know, that can see past their disability, but I feel like 99% wouldn't marry or start a relationship with someone who has a disability. So with that being said, like for those that have, I feel like it's some BS because for one, it's already harder for people with disability to, you know, find someone that can see past their disability. Then two, like if they do find someone and they want to get married, there's consequences that people with disability had to pay. I mean, like I said, I feel like it's BS because it's already harder. Like I said, it's hard for someone to find a partner that can see past their disability. And when they find it and they want to get married like everyone else, like for those that don't have a disability, they have to face another obstacle that they basically lose a lot of their benefits, health benefits like Social Security, Medicare, all that stuff, just because they got married. So it's like, it's some BS, because the person with a disability wants what everyone wants. They want to be happy. They found someone that they want to spend the rest of their life with, like the rest of the world does, every day. But for people with disability, it's like I feel like it's BS, because like they're like just making it harder for people to with disability be happy. I'm like, if it's already hard, like I said, dating or finding someone who can see past your disability. But if when someone does with a disability find someone, there's a lot of cases, not a lot, but there are cases where people with disability have gotten married. But I feel like it's BS because you know the person with a disability wants what, like I said, wants what everyone wants to be happy, wants to get married like everyone else. And I mean, people with who don't have a disability don't have to worry about, this obstacle, but people with disability do. So I read this article a few years ago, like last year, I think, or yeah, like last year. The article is called "Disability Benefit in the Marriage Penalty," which was created last year, and they have a 5-second summary for people with disability. Getting married may mean losing mutual benefit. Couples and the disability advocates are working to change this rule. Which the rule should be changed, don't you think? Like, for those watching my video, what do you guys think about getting penalized or consequence of getting married as someone with a disability? I mean, what do you guys think? Like, even if you don't have a disability, what's your opinion on this? Like, hearing about this, leave your guys' comments down below. So, this is how the article starts. This is what it says. It says, after dating for 6 years, Gabriela Barrow's boyfriend Juan Johnson popped the question on New Year's Eve in 2021. She exactly accepted his proposal. So this is a couple that got married. I'm looking at a picture of the couple. The wife has some sort of disability, and her husband does not have a disability. Oh, she has SMA. It says right here. So I'll read a little bit about their story. 3 years later, the couple still has not tied the knot. Gabriela, an attorney and disability advocate, has spinal muscular atrophy, which is aka SMA, and relies on aides, nurses to provide care in her home. Gabriela and Juan's combined income in assist exceeded Medicare available limits. See, because they both work, you know, husband and wife work despite she works despite having a disability. So, like I said, it exceeds the limit that's allowed to have Medicaid, Medicaid. My bad. If they were to marry, Gabriela would lose a Medicaid benefit that help keep her alive. Imagine this losing Medicare or Medicaid, whatever you guys are on, losing just because you're getting married, like it's BS. I feel like the person not using Medicaid because they want to, I feel like people don't, whoever made that law or whatever, don't understand. Like, if she did not have a disability, she wouldn't have had to be on Medicare like for the rest of her life. Medicaid, Medicare, like some people, everyone has medical insurance, obviously, but like Medicaid, like losing all those you know assets that help her like live, all her medical stuff, social security, I feel like if we didn't have a disability like myself, we wouldn't be like, you know if I had to pick between having all these medical benefits or having a life without a disability, I would have taken that life without a disability. Like many people with disability will probably wish, they didn't have to deal with all this drama and just do what everyone else does in the world who doesn't have a disability. This is what she says. She estimated her income care would cost between 1,000 to 2,000 per year. She were paying for these service herself. Like, some people, they have, like she said, she has aides and nurses. Imagine these health benefits help people not pay. You see how much it is, 1,000 to 2,000 dollars per year to have people come to your house and assist her. That's just crazy. Then it says Gabriela Medicaid eligibility is tied to qualify for Supplemental Security Income (SSI). I get SSI as well. This needs-based government providing modest monthly income to people with this for 2024. The maximum monthly payment is 942 for an individual. You heard it right, 943 in some states. For me, I get like 1,000 every month, 1,000, but it's not a lot. Like people who don't understand Social Security and disability think that people are rich. They get like every month they get a big check of Social Security, which is not true. Prices are going high. You know how things are high. Rent. For those that live in an apartment and receive Social Security due to their disability, rent, grocery, whatever, the bills, everything, piles up. So it's like obviously that money's gonna go flying away. 940 for an individual, for those that don't really understand, Social Security, SSI, and disability, it's not a lot like of money like most people might think. SSI has stipulates the receipt countable as a bank and financial limit or product month $92,000. Exactly, you cannot have $2,000. People feel like it's not a lot of money that Social Security gives you. Two, you can't keep it, like I say, you can keep it cannot exceed more than $2,000 in the bank. You can't even in financial investment. You can have investment or properties. None of that you can have. So now I say for a married couple, SSI counts their combined income and regardless of the disability status of the spouse, they may not exceed a total of 3,000. Forced to choose between having the daily care of rental needs or getting married. Imagine, like I said, like the start of the video, marriage is supposed to be a great time for two individuals, starting starting a life together. That maybe they've been, together for many years and they want to tie the knot or get married and start their own family. But imagine getting to decide, between your care needs because you have a disability or getting married. Like I feel like people with disability shouldn't have to decide, between getting their daily care or getting married because getting married is like, I don't think that that should be like a choice. It's something that two people want to be spend together the rest of their life and they don't have to like think about this. The couple has performed their wedding independently. And this is what I said. We might be engaged for 10 to 20 years and never get married. Although I hope not. I hope something changes before then. Gabriela says that's, like I said, it's BS. Having to choose between your daily care and marriage. I feel like it's two separate things. Then the next part of the article says marriage inequality. Currently, America has seen inequalities in marriage rights before. We have seen the law change to allow interracial marriages, more recently same-sex marriages. Marriage equality for the disabled is something somewhat different. Like, while the disabled people are not prohibited from marrying, the rule to qualify for government benefit might penalize those who do marry. Yeah, it's not saying there's not a law saying people with disability can't get married, right? But they get penalized, for certain, government benefits that, help them, in their daily life. That's why I say consequences. When I mean consequences, I didn't mean like, oh, they can't. There's a law that says people with disability can't get married. No, but there's consequences. When it comes to government benefits and stuff. More than 7.6 million Americans who receive SSI benefits are impacted by rule regarding material status. Even couples that are not legally married risk facing penalties. It is the Social Security Administration which administers SSI determined that two people are present pretending as married to the community. Their SSI benefits are calculated as though they are legally married couples. Something as simple as how you treat your other can be devastating consequences. Imagine that you can't even say like, oh, this is, I'm in a relationship with this person. You know, you basically have to hide that, like it says, just for saying, oh, I live with this person, you're at risk of losing all those benefits and stuff. And then it says the next part says the high cost of marriage. Before Isley and James Casillo married, they spent a long time discussing the potential ramification of their union. Ashley has limb-girdle muscular dystrophy. This is what she says. I need help with everything, getting dressed, doing my hair, brushing my teeth, toileting, showering, sometimes even assisting with eating. Ashley says her home health care service provided by four professional care will cost more than 1,000 per week. Medicaid and her state waivers program paid for this, as well as additional medical expenses. To keep a leave benefit, the couple needed to earn less. James took a low-paying job and became Ashley's primary caregiver due to shortage of home health workers in their area. Ashley now has only one outside caregiver, except for one person who comes in once a week to help. The caregiving is all down to my husband now, Ashley says. This situation takes a toll on their marriage. Sometimes it's hard to separate caregiving from the romantic spousal relationship. Yes, I feel like that's why it's hard for someone to see past, someone disability at times because they don't want to like she's saying it's hard for people who are in a relationship with a disability and your partner is your caregiver because like they can't separate, the duties of caregiving to, spending time with your significant other. So I feel like this is one of the reasons, in my opinion, that people can don't really, wanna, have a relationship with someone who has a disability at times, 'cause they don't want to feel like, I'm just their caregiver. We always do caregiving stuff, not like stuff that, significant others do. I feel like that takes a toll for some people to think about and be like, you know what, I don't think I can be with someone who I have to be their caregiver, because it'll be problems, like she's saying, separating the caregiving duty to the, obviously the romantic stuff couples do, and husband and wife do. That's just my opinion. I don't know what's the right opinion. Like, I made a video talking about relationships and dating and disability. Like I stated, like, I don't even know which one, what's the reason or what goes on people's head. This is what it says. So we have to work through that. We go to therapy to help us when managing the relation, or we're only in year end. Well, like, that's a good idea. Like, go to therapy. But a lot of people probably wouldn't still date someone with a disability, even if you told them to go to therapy to help manage their relationship, and stuff like that. You know. Then the next part is to marry or not. The rules surrounding eligibility for Medicaid, SSI, and other benefits are complex. Medicaid is a joint federal state program. The eligibility and benefit vary from one state to another. Some states use the same eligibility rules and application process for SSI and Medicaid, while others Medicare, while other states have different rules to be eligible and or require separate application for Medicaid. To learn about the rules in your state, contact your state Medicaid agency. SSI eligibility payments are assessed limits and are determined by the federal level by the Social Security Administration. Currently, when two people who rely on SSI get married, their monthly income benefit is reduced by 25%. An individual receives $900.43 each month, but two people receiving SSI who are married do not receive double that, which would be 1,886. Instead, their monthly benefit are 1,415. That's almost $500 per month less. In addition, the available asset threshold is 2,000 for an SSI and 3,000 for a married couple. Even if only one member of the couple qualifies for SSI, this is yet another 25% reduction. Aisley and James, who is deaf, both receive SSI and Medicare benefit. Since getting married in 2022, they have been living paycheck to paycheck on a tight budget. They do not have a retirement fund or a saving account for emergency expenses. In her work as a family clinical support specialist for MDA, Ashley frankly talks to clients who had no idea that getting married would alter their benefit until after they did so. I didn't know that either. Like, how the heck, you know, it's kind of, you see all the drama people with disability have to do just for getting married and stuff. I mean, I didn't know this happened. I thought it was just like everyone else, they get married, you know, and there's no consequences or no penalty. But now reading this, it's like, I feel like it's BS, like I said, because why lose all that benefits? People rely on those benefits for everyday care. It's not because they're like, oh, I want the government to give me all these benefits. No, most people would wish, to have a normal life without all these medical complication, all this stuff to deal with, instead of having, you know, benefits or whatever. She also talks to people who are complaining and never getting married or divorced because they need their benefit. She says, I don't regret getting married, especially because where I live says Iowa, her home state, recognized common law marriage. It didn't matter. We got legally married, just continued dating while living together because either way, it was going to count against us. At least I guess to have the semblance of a normal marriage. I mean, like I feel people with disability that kept married, they should not regret it because it's like they're not doing nothing wrong. Like there's nothing to regret. They're just trying to have a normal life, do what everyone else who doesn't have a disability do. That's why I agree with her. She don't have to have regret, or any person with a disability who has gotten married should not regret anything. Then it says marriage equality movement. Let's see what it says. Many people with disability, including those with neuromuscular disease, rely on SSI. In most cases, they're eligible for Medicaid. The marriage penalty baked into Medicaid instant benefit have profound effects on the disability community, according to Ashia Lewis, an attorney with Disability Rights Education and Defense Fund. And it's not just economic. These barriers to marriage are patronizing, Aisha said. They treat people as if they're not able to live the kind of full life that we know people with disability are capable of and live every day. I've spoken to a lot of folks across the country, and they see this as an affront to their human equality. Fortunately, lawmakers are beginning to see the point of view. In 2022, Senators Bill Cassidy, RLA, and Cheryl Brown, DO, Republican of Louisiana, I think, and Democratic the Democrat of Ohio, Sherrod Brown, introduced the SSI savings penalty elimination act, vice president legislation that changes the exiting SSI asset limits. It passed this bill will increase asset limit to 10,000 for individual and 20,000 for a couple, with adjustment for inflammation each year. Learn more about MDA work and SSI benefits. So I have to click that to learn more about it. So it says awareness of the marriage equality issue continues to grow. In September 2023, numerous media outlets covered a commitment ceremony held on the National Mall in Washington, D.C., where couples with disability reacted on non-legally binding vows under banners declaring end the disabled marriage penalties. Many attended said they would get married as the SSI policy changed. The engagement around the issue is heartwarming, Alicia said. We value equality, we value love. We want people to be able to live the lives they want, regardless of their disability status. Then it says an issue of an economic independence. So supplemental security income SSI program was established 50 years ago, and the asset limits have been updated since the 1980s. It doesn't just create barriers to marriage for people with disability; it also affects their ability to work, get promoted, and save for the future. The SSI Penalty Elimination Act, introduced in the U.S. Senate in 2020, will go a long way toward providing economic independence for the disability community. You can help by contacting your Congress members, telling them how the SSI Penalty Elimination Act would impact you or your loved ones. To act now, fill out MDA easy to use online form. So, so that's it. That's the struggles people with disability who want to get married had to deal with. Uh, when I ran into this article last year, I didn't not I never thought that there was like some kind of consequence penalty for people with disability for getting married and stuff. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I think that's BS, because like I said, it's already hard for someone to, find someone who can see start a relationship with someone who can see past your disability and stuff. And then, where if someone with a disability does find a person who they want to spend the rest of their life with, who sees past their disability, and they want to get married, they have to really think about the consequences and the penalty. and I feel like they should remove the penalty and the consequences of getting married as someone with a disability, because they have a right to be happy as everyone else has a right to get married, like everyone who doesn't have a disability. You know what I mean? But I hope this changes. They're putting another obstacle, another barrier for people with disability if they want to get married and stuff. I think it's unfair. Like, they have to pay a consequence just for getting married and, trying to live a normal life just like everyone else who doesn't have a disability. So, for anyone watching this video, what are your thoughts on the penalty of getting married if you have a disability? Leave your guys' comments down below. And that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification button. Until next time.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride.